was like an elf. He was like, I'm in love and I don't care. Don't take your ass back to class and get this degree. I did it. I packed my little car up, girl. This really feels like what I should be doing. This feels like love.
Meet our sister, Adriyan Raye. She's a light, she's an artist, she's an actress, and she's a new mother. Today, we explore her journey of what it took to come from Delaware to LA chasing dreams. This journey is courageous. It's powerful. Let's get into it, sis.
What is up, sis? What up? Welcome to Girl We Got This. I got two women with me right now. I got two.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Adriyan Raye.
Thank you for having me.
I am so grateful that you're here.
I'm so grateful to be here, honestly.
Our mutual friend, I was looking for powerful, impactful Black women to really have on this month for Black History Month. And he automatically said, Adriyan Raye, you two will connect. And it was crazy because the first time we talked on the phone for I think an hour.
Maybe more.
I'm pretty sure, yes. And
it was supposed to be a 5-minute call.
Yes. So I am so excited for y'all to meet her. She's an actress. She's a light worker. You might have seen her on Chicago Fire, Superfly. Tell me all the other shows. Stargirl.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Atlanta.
Yes,
The
Atlanta.
Game.
Yeah. I love The Game.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like The Game for me was like,
The Game on the CW.
Yes.
Undefeated.
It was something that I look forward to watching every week. It was always juicy. You know what I mean?
I like how you say juicy.
Yeah, it was juicy. Like, I was like, what the hell are you going to do now? Who are you going to be with now? What is the mama doing?
Derwin Davis.
Yes, Derwin. That boy. God.
Oh, and I was so mad at, what was her name?
Who?
She ended up being the baby mom.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I had real anger in my heart.
For her? Yes.
She was doing her job.
Yes.
Gabby Dennis, this is the actor, but what was the character's name?
I don't know the character's name.
Oh.
But she played that role so, you know when an actress plays that role so deeply where you actually do not like that person?
Oh, I was like, ugh.
You didn't even want to.
What did I know about not liking her?
Yo, that was such a good show. Adriyan is a very successful actress, and her journey we're about to explore. I am really excited. I don't know much of her journey, so we're about to explore it together. We're gonna meet her together right now.
Ooh.
This is like,
Hi, world.
this is special. This is special. This is like exclusively special.
I know, this is her first interview.
My God, welcome, baby.
What's our first interview?
What's up, baby? So, Adriyan, let's get into it.
Yes.
You were born in Delaware. So how did a Delaware, sweet, beautiful girl have the dream of becoming an actress? When did you, little Adriyan, say, I want to be an actress? Do you remember that point in your life?
It never happened when I was little.
Really?
Yeah, when I was little, I thought that people in the TV was like in the TV. I didn't think it was ever possible for me, you know? And I really looked up to my uncle, who was older, and he was in college for like biology and cardiology. He was like, you want to be a cardiologist and stuff like that. So I took to medicine. I think always in my heart, I've always wanted to help people and heal people. And I used to have a little doctor's kit where I used to, like, my mom would be asleep, and she would wake up and I'm like banging on her head with the thing for your knee. Did it hurt?
Yes.
So I've always wanted to heal. I knew that. And when I was like 5, if you would have asked me what I wanted to be, I would have told you a cardiothoracic surgeon.
Wow.
Because my uncle had said it. So, I didn't know then at all. And then I stayed on that path. Like I played sports in high school, and I would have did health professions. We had majors in my high school. I would have done health professions, but my high school sweetheart did not choose that, and we needed to be in class together.
Forever, of course. I mean, we could not separate that.
What am I doing?
We all have done mates.
Listen, I was in love. I was like an elf. He was like, I'm in love and I don't care who knows it. That was me. Okay?
Wow.
So I didn't do that. I did criminal justice. Criminal justice. And I can tell you my constitutional rights, though. And
that is essential. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
A little bit.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't a lie.
Yeah.
But it's fine. We learn. And I went to college, and then I went to college and double majored in physician assistant studies and medical laboratory science.
Wow. So you were really focused. Your uncle really inspired you.
Child, I was a doctor.
Wow. Yes. You literally went to school to become a doctor.
Yes, I did. And then I still didn't know about acting. I go to college. It's so weird. Like, it was just, the whole acting thing just literally, it was like God said, no, and just popped me somewhere else. Because I was in college. I did the physician assistant studies major for a while. And then my medical laboratory scientist, the dean of that college, she was like, you're really good at these classes, because we had to take some classes that overlapped. It was like hematology. I was really good at hematology. And she's like, you're really good at this. And I was like,
hematology, sorry.
Oh, it's the study of blood.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, thanks. I'm going to be a physician assistant. Bye. And she's like, no, you should look into this. And I was like, nah, no thanks. I'm going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
So then I take parasitology, the study of parasites.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're really good with a microscope. You should really look into this. And I was like, how many more classes do I have to take? Yeah. She was like, just like 5. And I was like, oh, okay, because so many overlapped. So as a PA, we took like 20 to 22 credits a semester, so it was already a lot of work. So I did it. And then while I was doing it, somebody came up to me and said, I'm doing this girl group for Sing It, and I want you to be in it. And I was like, Mom, I am about to be a singer. I gotta get out of school. Sorry. My calling is singing, and I gotta quit, because they said they need me. She said, if you don't take your ass back to class.
I was about to say, what's happening to my doctor?
You don't take your ass back to class and get this degree. So I said, okay, all right, I'll do it. And then I had to pass a bar. Like, you had to pass a licensing test as a scientist. And I clicked the button, and it said pass. And I left, and I said, Mom, I'm moving to Atlanta to sing.
You did it.
I did it. I packed my little car up, girl.
You laughed.
And I left.
And you were done with the doctor dream?
Well, no, I got me a little job. I had to
make your money.
Yeah, so I got a job at that time, it was called Atlanta Medical Center, as a clinical laboratory scientist.
But hold on, but you were just doing this to work. You were going to Atlanta to become a singer.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was there to sing.
I just have to take a minute to take all this in, because I've done this.
Have you?
In a different way. But we follow what other people's story or vision they have for us, especially as a child.
Yeah.
Like, our parents want us to be doctors and these great figures that they envision for us.
Yes.
So we do what they desire. We live the life that they see for us.
Right. Because you don't have the vision yet.
Yes. And we're children. Like, what do we know?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah, doctor.
Yeah, my
Sounds
uncle.
good.
Yeah, I'm smart. I'm good at this. So why wouldn't I?
Makes you
Doctor's
proud.
prestigious. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
So I did it.
You did it.
I moved to sing. And then
I need to ask you something, because in that moment where you hit that button and it said passed.
Yeah.
What did you feel? Were you like, hell yeah, da da da, or were you like, Mom, I did this shit, now I'm done? Like, how did you feel in that moment? Because I had a similar moment in my life, so I'm really interested to hear.
Well, the bar, that licensing test is not freaking easy. So I was very ecstatic, like, oh my gosh, because there were some parts, just some of the aspects of it, like chemistry. I'm a biology person.
Yes.
I'm a biology scientist mainly.
Okay,
usually,
biology scientist.
Because usually people are biology people or chemistry people.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm a biology person. The chemistry stuff was very difficult because I'm also dyslexic, and then you have ions moving around, and it changes things, and you have to remember all these like very, very specific things for certain molecules. Sulfur carries 8 instead of 4, like carbon, like all these things. So
wow, what a woman. Continue.
Thank you. So I felt a huge sense of like accomplishment and relief, and also a sense of like freedom. Like, oh, I can do what I want now.
Yeah, I did it.
And now I can do what I want.
Yes.
You got what you want? My turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now you in the car, you going to Atlanta.
Pack my
She
little,
going to the
my
A.
little car up. And
You got your job.
Yes.
You working.
Yes.
And now how are you dream chasing in between this?
So I am working 12 and a half hour shifts. So I found the perfect job though. Because we worked 12 and a half hour shifts 3 days a week. And then once you worked like a weekend, you had 7 days off because of how it worked with the 12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
So I didn't ever have to like take PTO or anything like that.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Ooh, it was good. It was good. And I was like in Atlanta, all the other scientists around me were black. It was dope. And I would, in the meantime, like I would, go to voice lessons and work with different people and stuff like that. And I was trying to get my singing off the ground. And in the midst of that, there was someone who asked me like, hey, can you do this video for me? And I was like, no, I am not shaking my behind for nobody.
Music video?
Yeah, it was a music video. I was like, I'm not doing that. No. And they was like, no, you're going to be like acting. I was like, oh, well, don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So no. Yeah. And they're like, no, you just got like, you can do it. You just got to pretend that this is your boyfriend. He getting beat up. And I was like, oh, okay. So I go to the set and I do it. And I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. So I said, then they were like, this is Black Hollywood. You should at least take some acting classes or something. And I was like, they was like, yeah, it's real good. Actors, singers, like, you do both. It's good to be a triple threat. And I was like, okay, in the pursuit of singing, I'll do it. And I took an acting class. I took Carl Payne's acting intensive.
Yes.
And he took me under his wing.
Wow.
And just like really started training me.
Yes.
And I really, really enjoyed acting. I was like, oh, I really like this. Wow. Yeah. And then one day he calls me and he goes, you have an audition. And I was like, oh, okay. And this is like my first audition ever.
How old are you at this point? Early 20s?
Yes.
Yeah.
But, ooh, you really getting deep.
Because I think it's important for our audience to know, like, we start these journeys early. Like, these journeys start early.
We're just so oblivious.
We don't know anything.
Girl,
and anybody that's telling us anything, we're looking for guidance. We're looking for, like, the next, yes.
But you know what's also so interesting about it is that we're also so naive that we feel so invincible. Yes. You're like, okay, I'll jump.
That's the beauty.
I will jump off this cliff. I can make it.
You wouldn't even second guess it.
I already knew I was going to make it. Now I'd be like, let me see, this is kind of far.
I ain't even walking over there. But then, yes, you're right.
Jump.
You're so right.
And we just had this sense of naivety to us, yeah. But
so you got your first audition.
I got my first audition.
What happened?
And he tells me to go. He says, it's for this thing this pilot Kenya Moore is doing. I said, oh, okay. I had never watched The Housewives or anything. And I go there and I do this audition and I'm like, I literally leave. And I was like, I'm so sorry, Carl. I did not book that. And he's like, it's okay. It's your first audition. Yeah. And then he calls me like a couple of days later. He's like, you have a callback. And I was like, oh, how? Okay. And she did like me. And in Kenya, she actually took time on set to like teach me things too.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, she like gave me so much guidance. And it was Kenya, it was D Woods, it was Aunt Viv, the black Aunt Viv, the dark skin Aunt Viv, yes. All of them were just so kind and so generous and just very open to teaching me things and about the business and stuff like that. And I was on set for like 15 hours. Wow. And I was like, what we doing next?
Excited.
Listen, what?
I know that feeling.
But when I was at work as a scientist, I would be there for 3 hours and be like, when is my motherfucking break? I'm sick of it. If I put another tube on this machine, I'm going to scream.
You were counting the hours.
Listen, the second thing. The seconds. So that's when I knew. I was like, wow, I really, this really feels like what I should be doing. This love. Doesn't feel like work. This feels like love. Yeah. So that's when I shifted my whole focus.
Can we just have a moment about this? Because, sis, this is like a 1 in a million situation. Your first audition, you got a beautiful coach to take that like your life in alignment, like your life, you following your intuition. This is another thing too. When we're young, we just go. We believe ourselves.
Yes.
We ain't got nothing to lose.
Nothing.
And she goes to this class. Oh, you should do this. Okay, I'm gonna go. He takes me on. You got an audition. You walking out there like,
I booked my first audition.
You booked your first audition.
Houseway.
That's amazing, Adrian.
Thank you.
And then you
Thank
were
you,
able,
Kenya.
yes, thank you for believing her. Because look at her now. I mean, and then you have a cast that's beautiful, that's helping you, that's guiding you. That's also a blessing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people, we have another episode, we're talking about how like some of this industry is very unglamorous. But then there's a lot of glamour when you have these beautiful teams. And what a blessing it was, a gift to be on set for your first time with these dope people.
It really was.
If this isn't an alignment, baby, I don't know what is.
And
You
at that point,
found
I
it.
wasn't even in a spiritual space to even know what alignment was, which is the interesting
None
part.
of us were in our early 20s.
Right.
None of us
I
were.
know.
Except I had one girlfriend, Camille Cece, you know who you are. She actually lived in Atlanta. My baby has been aligned in Jesus. I used to come home at 2 a.m. I slept on her couch. I would come home and I would hear the Bible pages flipping. My baby's been aligned from the jump. So I'm gonna shout out to Camille, but a lot of us weren't.
I didn't know. I had no idea.
She was. So now you're completely acting, shifting everything.
Yes.
We're no more a pharmacist. That girl's gone.
No.
Is she gone? Like the
No, I'm still working at the lab.
Okay.
I'm still working at the lab, and I'm auditioning at the same time. Carl, he helped me get an agent, and they were sending me like small co-stars, and I remember auditioning for like things a million times, and I'm like, it was just so funny. I remember I was doing extra work, and I had an audition, and let me tell you, y'all, I literally started the audition like this. Hey guys, I'm on set right now, so I'm in the bathroom doing this audition. Thank you for it. Okay. And then I did my little one line. What am I doing?
And you sent that in?
Proudly.
I love you.
And then follow through. Did they say anything about my... Did anybody want to call me back for that?
I love this for you. And I love that you just shared that with us. You were serious too.
So serious. I really thought that maybe they liked it. Because I did. I thought it was personality, okay?
I cannot, Adrian.
I really did. I sent it in. I wasn't booking me.
They're probably like, what?
They were like, next, what is happening?
Oh my God. I love that you did that.
My agents probably didn't send that. Now that I think about it, they probably said, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Bless their hearts. So much patience with me.
But they gotta be like, look, what we do as an actor, it is exhausting. You gotta find some play in it. You're doing how many tapes at this time?
Not that much. What was I doing? Oh my God.
Oh man.
So yeah, I'm auditioning and not booking.
So you had that lull.
That's long.
What are you thinking now?
Honestly, I'm just like, maybe something's off. So I continue to take my classes. Carl always instilled like, you need to be training.
Yeah.
So I was training, and then I was told, like, the thing that they kept saying is, they chose somebody in LA.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I keep missing these roles to people in LA. And then I had this recurring dream that was happening. And it was very, very interesting, but it kept happening. But it was a recurring dream where each night, I would remember from the last time and do something different. Yes, and I would do something different.
Ooh.
And it was a very interesting dream, and it was very impactful. And I remember waking up one day, and I called a friend of mine, Brad James, and he was telling me that I should read this book called The Alchemist. This book.
Fatima. Fatima. Whatever you want.
However we say it.
Fatima, Fatima.
I love it.
Yes.
Yes. So it completely changed my life. I did book one thing. It was a web series. And they said, well, when you're in LA, let us know and we'll write you in. And I said, I ain't never been to LA and I ain't going to LA. So you might as well get it to somebody else.
Next.
Yes. And I think the person that, who was actually in LA that ended up doing it was Michelle Michener.
Really?
Yeah.
Go figure.
Right. I love her. She's so beautiful. But yeah, I was like, don't worry about it. I've never been to LA. Right. And then I get a call from another friend who's like, hey, I was supposed to move to LA and somebody was supposed to help me drive, but they just flaked on me. If I fly you to Cleveland, would you help me drive? And I was like, how much is it going to cost me?
Yeah.
He was like, free. I already have everything taken care of for on the road anyway, so I just need your help driving. So, okay. So I just told these people I'm not going to be in LA. And then I get like a call 2 days later and somebody's like, you want a free trip to LA?
Let's go to LA.
And I was like, okay, cool. Wow. I go to LA and I like, of course, I tell my mom and my mom goes, you're going to move there, aren't you? No. No, Mom. We drive, we get here. Within 10 days, I find a manager.
Wow.
This lady's like, I'll manage you, but you need to move here
Yeah.
to like really hit the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I decide to move.
In that instance.
I decided to move.
Wow.
And I move and I start getting ready to move and I look for jobs.
Yeah.
And I go and I find this place and it's like top jobs in LA, top hospitals. And I'm like, oh, okay, Cedars-Sinai, what is that? I'll apply.
Yeah.
I had no idea what Cedars-Sinai was. One of the best hospitals in LA.
Literally in the world.
Literally in the world. And they hired me.
Really?
And I was just so naive, guys. Like,
Everything was like
everything was just
placed for you.
up perfectly.
But it's because you lined yourself up perfectly.
And I didn't even know I was doing. Wow. I get this job and they're like, can you start today? And I was still in Atlanta and I'm just like, nah, maybe in like 3 weeks maybe. And they're like, you're really nice and like working with me. And I'm like, this is a Cedars-Sinai job. They're paying me big money, like 3 times the amount I was getting in Atlanta. And I'm like, yeah, take my time. But I got there and I remember in my interview, I told them, I was like, I'm an actor, so I'm going to need to do auditions and stuff. And they're like, okay, we appreciate that. We appreciate that. You letting us know if you have an audition, maybe you can use your lunch break. And I was like, okay, cool. So we had this like cool little agreement. I just came very transparent.
Yes.
And
We love that. We love that for you.
I was like, I can't lie because I'm really going to be.
Yeah, I'm going to be gone when I got to be gone. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to leave it on the table.
Yes. And it was with them that I was able to film Star, Brockmire, the first episode of Atlanta that I did, Superfly.
Wow.
Yeah, they were like really, really understanding until they were.
Wow.
But
Yeah, of course. But shout out to Cedars-Sinai.
see this?
Because this is supporting you as you're chasing your dreams, as you're literally planting the seed.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's very rare to get that in healthcare because, just overall, our job is to literally save lives and you have to be on standby to save lives.
Wow.
So they were just very understanding, I think.
Are y'all listening to this woman's story? I'm like, she's saving lives. Women, you are a life force. You're so smart. You're spiritually in tune. You're so guided. You just have to follow it and know. You have this knowing, Adriyan, and I know you know this. To be able to be a physician, to be able to actually be of service to humankind, to work and support yourself as a woman and chase your dreams, because this industry isn't an easy industry. To book these jobs, like, how were you feeling when you were in those moments where you're like, holy shit, this is working? Like, I'm becoming her.
I never understood that I was becoming her. I was extremely present. I was extremely present, like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I remember I was the first episode that I shot of Atlanta. I was in the hair and makeup trailer and Donald walks in with this sweater on. And I was like, man, I really like your sweater. He was like, you want to wear it? We can both wear it at the same time. And and it's very Donald, but I was also like, me and Donald Glover could have shared the same sweater. This is happening.
Yes.
This is my life.
Now. Literally.
Now. Because girl, his music, like I was always been a fan. So in those moments, it would just be like these wow moments. Because I'm from Seaford, Delaware. We have about 2 to 3 stoplights in my town. So it was just...
Shout out to the small town girls.
Yeah.
Shout out to the small town girls. Yeah. I see you. We are you.
We here.
We here. You can do anything you want. Look at this.
You're all the time. Wow.
So you're living it now.
I'm living it now. And it never really hit me until I had I have these deep... so after reading The Alchemist, I got deeper into my spirituality. And I've always been deeply intuitive without knowing that it was intuition. I just was like, follow my gut.
Yeah.
And I just had a feeling that I was in the right places and doing the right things. And the things that I needed to tweak or polish or, I knew what to do without anybody telling me to. And at a certain point, it just like clicked. And then I just started following that and doing that. And I'm not gonna lie, moving to LA was very hard. Because while, yes, I got the job at Cedars-Sinai and they paid great,
yes,
you had to have a license, just a California license to practice medical laboratory science here. And
so you had to get that.
And it's through the state. So they move quite at their own molasses pace. Wow. And so I had a job, but I had no money and I could not work. So then I got a job as a Heineken girl.
Of course.
I got a job as a server. And I got a job delivering alcohol for this app called Saucy.
Saucy?
Yes. I think they're over now that you can get alcohol through Uber Eats and stuff. But it was a thing where I would just go to the liquor stores and I would deliver.
Baby, the hustle is real.
I had 3 jobs. No money. Yes. But 3 jobs. And I was staying in an attic. I was living in an attic. Yes. Huh?
This is it. But this position that saves lives.
Medical laboratory scientist.
Medical laboratory scientist. Living in an attic.
Living in an attic. A very nice lady. She was Jewish.
Adrian, this is like such a story.
I know. It's very wild.
So you're living in the attic. Tell me more.
The attic was a hectic time.
Was it?
Yeah, it was hectic. Because I had no money. I was rationing out cans of peas. I'd be like, okay, I can eat half a can today, and I can eat half a can tomorrow.
You're serious?
Oh yeah, I had no money. I was rationing out Chipotle bowls. Like, okay, this is 1/3, I can eat that. And then if I eat this much for dinner, I'll be fine. And then I can have this and this for tomorrow.
What is next? Because we need to hear more of the story.
So I get my license and everything and I start working.
Yes.
And I do this audition that I'm told that I probably shouldn't do. It's not paying enough. There's not enough lines. No. I self-submit on Actors Access.
As she should.
And I said, I'm going to do it.
Yep.
I get the audition from George Pierre. I love you, George. And I book it. And it's for this movie called Burning Sands. The first movie I ever did. And it's shot in Virginia. And I said, I could be a local hire.
Yeah, of course you can be a local hire.
I can't be a local hire in Virginia. I live in LA. But I was called my aunt. I said, Aunt Debbie, I know you live in Virginia. Virginia is so big. I was nowhere close to set.
Of course you were.
I know you live in Virginia. Can I stay with you?
Yes.
And I get money for a flight, and I go and I do Burning Sands. Yes. And I do my first scene, and the director liked me. He started putting me in other scenes. And it was really, really nice. And then Nafisa, I love you. She was like, girl, where are you going? And I was like, I have to drive 3 hours to go to my aunt's house. And she's like, you can just stay with me. So she allowed me to like stay with her, which was such a blessing.
Wow.
And yeah, book Bernie Sands. Bernie Sands ends up going to Sundance.
Hell yes. Of course it is. Of course this self-submitted tape that you did not listen to your managers are taking you on this beautiful journey.
Sundance. It was amazing. And at Sundance, I got my agent for the Southeast region, Alexander White. And it is with Alex that I booked the Atlanta, Superfly, Block Myers, all those things. And we were just on a roll.
On fire.
On a roll. And then from those bookings, I was able to finally get an agent in LA. Solely off Atlanta. They were like, I love the show Atlanta. Yeah, let's do it. Finally. And, you know, with the thing about acting really is you got to find your people. You got to find your team. And when you do that, you have to find the people that believe in you just as much, if not more, than you believe in yourself. And they have to see you where you see yourself, you know?
I have the whole vision.
Yes, because it gets misaligned when they're like, yeah, I see you as this hip hop art, you know, then you play the thug, and you're like, I'm not a thug.
No.
I don't want to do that.
No.
Yeah, so.
You have to have similar, y'all have to have a parallel. You have to be on the same page.
Yes.
We ain't turn it, we're on the same page. This is my career, this is my life, and this is what I want. If you ain't on this, but
Yeah, exactly. And it's scary to do. It's scary to say bye when, you know, but it's
yes.
it has
Can
to be
I
a
just say a couple of things?
Yeah, I would love for you to.
Your story is going to inspire so many women. Like your boldness to follow yourself, to follow your intuition at such a beautiful time in your life, to know like, I don't even have food right now, but I'm gonna make it work. The audacity to self-submit, especially in those days when like we don't follow our manager or agents, like we scared, they might drop us. Like,
Oh, they did.
yeah, of course they did. And I'm glad they did, because if they didn't, you wouldn't have been here and here and here. Like all of this happened for a reason, but it was your audacity, your boldness, like you following Adriyan, nobody else. Baby, that's bold. I know you're out here from Delaware alone.
Yeah.
When you leave your town, everything you know without support, you come out here looking for community.
Yeah.
And what you just said is so key, having that team. And I also believe all of these beautiful opportunities only came because you were courageous enough to follow your vision. Yeah. And now look at you now. Like recurring roles, stars of shows. You are that girl that you always envisioned. You are that girl. You are. And the way you are that girl, and that girl had to go through all of these things. Because that's what makes us us.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I'm so proud of you. Like, maybe when you get it out of the mud, there's a different type of beauty. That's what I relate to, right? I think, I'm sure you self-reflect, 'cause I know you journal, because I know you're spiritual. How do you feel now as a woman that has such success in this industry? How do you feel about yourself personally? Yeah, how do you feel about Adriyan now here?
I feel like I am a completely different woman. And I've grown so very much. And I'm grateful to acting, not because it gives fame or validation or anything like that, but it was acting that made me have to actually learn about myself. Because there's no way I can embody another character fully if I can't embody my own self fully and know my own self fully. So it was acting that really catapulted my spiritual journey, my understanding of myself, and my growth. So when I think about where I am now, I'm very proud of the woman I am now, because I have overcome, I have persevered, and I have grown tremendously.
Yes. I feel that for you. It's exciting. I am kind of in awe of your journey, to have such
into like being dyslexic as well and being a scientist, like from Delaware. Do you
I don't think it registers to me.
no, but it registers to me, and I know it's registering to us. Like, it's unbelievable. And I hope you know that. I hope you hear that, and I hope you receive that, because this is just the beginning of your journey. You're starting another journey into motherhood. How are you feeling about this next chapter? I'm actually so looking forward to seeing this next phase of your womanhood, because I know that this is gonna catapult you into such a bigger, expansive space.
Yeah. This whole transition is just, I mean, talk about blossoming.
True.
The whole prepping for labor and things like that is all about opening and vulnerability. And you have to really embrace your femininity. And those are things where I grew up a tomboy and things like that. So it's just a whole new transition. And I'm so unbelievably blessed. She is absolutely amazing. We work in perfect sync. Really, we learn from each other and we look out for each other.
Yes.
So when I think about what the transition is, it's like, it's monumental for sure. It's huge, but I'm very, very excited for it. Yes. I know that some people will be like, are you scared? I've never been scared. I've never once been afraid.
I don't even think that's in your DNA, though. Listening to your story, baby, I don't even think that's in you.
Oh, no,
it's that fearlessness.
I'm realizing that about myself. But
that is a powerful trait to have as a woman.
Thank you.
Especially a Black woman.
Yeah.
Like, you take up space. Like, we need to see this. Like, we need you.
I appreciate that.
I'm so excited for her. I can't wait.
Especially in this industry, I know that there's been time periods where I felt like I had to be smaller to make other people comfortable, or I just had to just maybe dumb myself down or just dim my light a little bit to make other people comfortable. And one thing that this has taught me is, no, I'm not doing that no more. I'm just not.
You can't.
I can't. There's just a certain level of fucks I'm not giving anymore. And it's just like, I don't have it in me, sweetie. It's just not working. Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I am very, very excited for you. I know artistically, she's going to birth so many new, crazy, beautiful, like, characteristics within you that you're going to be able to share with us on a big ass screen. We're all going to be waiting for it. She's going to learn so much from me. She already is. I am so inspired by you right now, and I know our audience is as well.
Thank you.
It's an honor to hear your story, and thank you for being so vulnerable and honest and literally telling us, like, I lived in here and I ate, because that's the truth. And sis, never be scared of your truth. We all start somewhere. And that, look at this. And we're still growing. We're still becoming.
Yes.
This is gonna be a whole next chapter.
A whole nother chapter.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
I have to ask you a question because it is Black History Month.
Yes.
So to a Black woman, a Black girl right now, think of little Adriyan. She lives in Delaware, and she is a scientist, but she wants to be an artist. What words, what phrase in a couple sentences would you give that beautiful Black girl that doesn't know where she's going, but has that vision? What would you tell her?
There is a mantra that I have that I usually wear on my wrist, and it's be you, love you, and always, always. So that mantra helps me ground myself to make sure that I am not letting myself be carried away by the different winds of the world.
Yes.
but I'm truly honoring the divine intuition that God has placed within me. So that's what I would tell her, so that I don't wish for my story to have changed.
Yes.
I would tell her that to reinforce that she actually does the same leaps of faith and perseveres.
To embrace.
Yeah.
Because that's what you did. You embraced every challenge your resiliency. And you embraced it.
Yeah.
You embodied it. You embodied this Adriyan when she was in school, passing these tests.
Yeah.
You had that courage, you had that boldness, you had that ambition then. Time is of the essence because you were already her.
Yes. Yes.
And it makes sense that you are here now. This is really dope. I'm so excited for my audience to hear your story. It's so cool for me to experience artists' stories and to find out the other side of them, because we all have different sides. I would have never guessed for you to be a biochemist.
Really?
No, nobody else would either on the screen.
Girl, I'll be auditioning for these doctor roles. They be like, I don't see it.
Me neither. But she is it. Because she is that girl, sis. And I want you to know you are that girl. You are becoming that girl now. I know you don't feel it. I know you may not see it, but you have to hold the vision.
The seeds are planted.
Baby, keep planting them.
Yes.
I cannot wait to meet her. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On this gift.
Thank you.
I cannot wait for this new journey that you're about to be on. I want to gift you your flowers.
Aww.
Because you deserve your flowers. Nona Washington of Mixed Girls Florist created these beautiful flowers. Baby, you deserve so many. I wish I had more to give you.
We got flowers.
You deserve all the flowers. You deserve all the things. I pray that motherhood is so, I already know it's going to be the most gracious journey.
Yeah.
I know that's going to form so many. I'm like emotional in a sense because I'm like, this woman is about to just transmute. And the transmutation is going to have an effect on us all. And we're just here to witness it. So thank you for empowering us all.
Thank you.
Honestly, truly.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you, and it was a blessing to share your story.
Thank you.
Because, girl, you know we got this.
Yes.
We got this, sis.
We got this.
We got this.